Hey everybody, welcome to another Tip Tuesday. We are just jumping right into it so that we don't take too much of your time. This is just Tip Tuesday. It's just a couple of moments just to talk about a couple of interesting topics. So today's topic is, what are problems and how do I identify these problems? You see, this is the third segment of our discussion. This season is talking all about meaning and purpose and how do we find that meaning and purpose. In the past weeks, we spoke about, first of all, how to dig deep and drive into the core of who we are so that we could ask ourselves the 5 questions of who are we, what are we, finding the deeper behind the why, when we say start with why. And then the second segment was the 7 whys and how we discover what our why is. But now that we've established that, now we want to dig in and find that meaning and purpose. And how do we use all of these things into finding that meaning and purpose? So the first question is, what's a problem? I personally think that when we talk to our children, we are actually doing a disservice when we ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up? So instead of asking such a question, we need to ask them, what are problems in the world that you'd like to fix? I have a whole long discussion about what's the purpose behind all that. How do we do that in an effective way? But for this brevity and for this discussion, the idea is to look for problems that are in the world. You see, business is a very humane thing to do. It's a human thing to do. It is solving a human problem, and it's bringing a human solution to a human problem. It is owned, operated, and run by humans. And again, it serves humans. So everything about business is human. And when we realize that, that brings meaning and purpose. When we discover a problem that we would like to solve and make other people's lives easier and better, more than just the money is a byproduct, and that comes on the side. But when we really discover what our problem's worth solving, and when our heart just jumps at it because we feel that that's kind of like a purpose, or that's kind of what's driving us, and when we discover these kind of problems, even starting from a young age or wherever we are at any stage of the game for us, in a sense, that helps us live a much more fulfilling life. So I'd love to hear, what is a problem that you're solving and how did you come about discovering that problem? So thanks again for showing up. Next week, we are going to continue in this theme, and we're going to talk more about, problems, hardships, all these other discussions that help improve our meaning and purpose. So thanks again for showing up, and see you again next week. Bye-bye.